probably speak for a few folks that when the number was divulged, it was 23 million. That was quite the eye opener for many people. Where we are today in the economy, I don't think it can be done. Those remedies can be done in one fell swoop. We're going to have to take a step-by-step approach to the main library. But we need to look at the library system as a whole, and what our needs are within the system itself, and work with the Nicolay-generated library system as well. Is there opportunities to bring them into the fold?
If you want to talk about a challenge, that central library is a challenge. We have to take a real hard look. I serve on the Ed and Rec committee, and when our library director presented a wonderful PowerPoint presentation, and we knew that coming at the end of that PowerPoint presentation was the price. And when the price came out, I can tell you that most of the people sitting on that committee, we thought we were going to be somewhere in the $10 to $12 million. And when they said 23.5, I'm not sure which one of us fell off the chairs faster. That is a very difficult challenge. But we have to figure out a way to do this, and we have to figure out a way to make it economical. And I can tell you that I just came from an Ed and Rec committee meeting that one of my current colleagues, Supervisor Van Vonderen, put a nice presentation together about some joint effort between our Neville Museum and our county library system to see if there are resources that we can share, or is there staff that we can share, are there buildings that we can share. And she had some very valid, excellent points. We had the library director and the museum director sitting right in front of us, and I know they were absorbing it as fast as they could. I think you can talk pretty fast. But she got a lot of stuff out in a short period of time. But those are the out-of-the-box thinking that we're going to have to do. We have to keep these vital parts of our county, our central library, our museum. We've got to keep those going, and we have to figure out a way to do that. And if that requires private funding, some county funding, we're going to have to think out of the box and be very creative to continue to keep those jewels in this area.
Right. I believe in a centralized library. I think it's at the heart of a community. The question I would ask back to the county and the taxpayers, do we need 9 libraries? It's a drain on the taxpayer. But if you look at the different, if you look at the study that was conducted, there was some libraries that could probably be shut down. But the community doesn't want that. So you have an opportunity to potentially save some money on the library's budget by shutting down some libraries. But does the community, would the community be supportive of that? What I'm getting here is that we could look at a centralized and plan for this type of renovation and make a centralized library and a price tag of $23.5 million. I'm in favor of it, but at the same point we need to find an opportunity to cut some costs in other areas and also look for opportunities for private sector public to come in and be part of that renovation. And if there's solutions such as the museum, which is another area that we have to take a look at as a community. It costs about $1 million of the levy to support that. And as a family of young children, we want to support the museum. And we believe that the museum needs to have, it needs something. And I know they're looking currently for a new director, and there's studies taking place for that also. Centralized library, absolutely. How we get there is going to be a tough challenge. Right now, we don't have the money to be able to budget for that unless we raise taxes or borrow against our general fund.